Welcome to the 173rd episode of Maryland's Missing and the Murdered. Maryland's Missing and the Murdered is a weekly YouTube channel that covers the topic of missing and murdered individuals from the state of Maryland. If you like this channel, please like and subscribe, and click the bell so you'll be notified when the next cases are released. On June 25, 2021, Latrice Banks filed for a protective order against her husband, 34-year-old Eric Banks, a Baltimore City police officer. Her claims was that she was mentally abused and that he was stalking her. However, the judge denied the order. On July 6, 2021, Latrice's son, 15-year-old Dasan Jones, and her children with Eric Banks were at Eric's home in Curtis Bay, Maryland. While the children were at Eric's house, Latrice again applied for a protective order. This time it was approved when she told the judge that Eric Banks had taken Dasan's phone and was texting her from it. At 3:50 p.m., she texted Dasan and told him to meet her at a home nearby Eric's home so she would not have to interact with Eric. When Dasan did not show up, Latrice called the police and told them that Dasan was being held against his will. When police responded to Eric's home, he told them that Dasan wasn't there, but he consented for them to search his home. When the police searched Eric's loft bedroom, there was a sheet covering a hole in the wall. Eric Banks told them that it was his gun safe. When the police pulled the sheet away, they discovered Dasan Jones deceased, stuffed in the hole. The police promptly handcuffed Eric Banks, and then he tried to take the gun out of the arresting officer's holster, screaming for the officer to, quote, choke me, end quote, and that, quote, my life is over, end quote. He was immediately charged with resisting arrest and assault. Dasan Jones had a full life ahead of him. He played the violin, and he had wanted to be a doctor. His body was sent to the medical examiner's office to determine the cause of death. Meanwhile, Eric Banks told the officers that Dasan had committed suicide in the bathtub. However, the medical examiner concluded that Dasan died from asphyxiation and had injuries to his face, neck, and mouth. Dasan and Eric's clothes were both wet and were covered in blood and bleach. Baltimore City Police announced that Eric Banks had previously been suspended over a prior incident and would continue to be suspended. On July 14, 2021, Eric Banks was charged with first and second degree murder along with child abuse. On August 2, 2021, Latrice Banks filed for divorce from her new home in Arizona. On October 4, 2022, Eric Banks entered an Alford plea for second-degree murder. Latrice Banks spoke to WBFF regarding the Alford plea, and this is what she said.
To me, it doesn't say I did it, but it says there's enough evidence to say I did it. So, let's just say you did it then. Instead, so I still have those feelings that, no, I'm not happy with.
On January 27, 2023, Eric Banks was sentenced to 42 years in prison. Thank you for joining me this week. If there's a Maryland's Missing or Murdered case you'd like to see on this channel, email me at marylandsmissing@gmail.com. Twitter is Maryland's M&M. Music is by Silent Vengeance. Sources will be listed in the outro. I'll see you again next week. Be kind to one another. You never know what will happen tomorrow.